Today, a conversation with Panini about the future of sports cards and how we can get more kids involved in the sports card hobby.
My name is Jeff Wilson. By day, I invest in tech companies, and at night, I invest in sports cards. Join me and my team as we help you profit from the hobby we all love.
Hello, sports card investors, and welcome to an important conversation. Because today I am bringing Tracy Hackler from Panini onto the show to talk about a really important topic: how we can get more kids involved in the sports card hobby. Because if this hobby is going to continue to grow and thrive in the future, we need to be getting more kids involved now, and we should, because sports cards are an incredible way to teach kids about business and entrepreneurship and deal making and finance. It's how I cut my teeth in those areas, and it's how I think a lot of other kids should in the future as well. So it's a great conversation we're gonna have. And of course, it's brought to you by eBay. eBay is here for the card collectors with a trick for every trade, like advanced tools for price checking with Price Guide Beta within the eBay app, and up to 50% faster listing with image scan. Learn how collecting just got smarter at ebay.com/trading hub. All right, this conversation that you're about to hear with Tracy at Panini took place a couple of weeks ago during our virtual holiday, but it was a great conversation I want to share again with you today. We talked a lot about how to get kids in the hobby. We talked about some other topics as well. And getting more kids in the hobby, it's been part of our mission here at Sports Card Investor. In fact, we recently launched a new YouTube channel starring my two sons that is oriented at getting kids connected with the hobby. That YouTube channel is called Card Kids. Check it out and subscribe if you haven't already, and you're gonna find out a little more about that at the end of the interview today. But for now, sit back and enjoy my interview with Tracy Hackler from Panini. All right, so let's get Tracy from Panini on. And there he is. Tracy, welcome to the virtual holiday.
Jeff, thank you. It's an honor to be back. I love what you guys do with this and gals, and I'm honored to be asked back. I was kind of shocked that I was asked to return this year, so I'm thankful.
Oh, come on, Tracy. You're such a big part of everything going on in the sports card hobby. Obviously, Panini is such a big name in the hobby and supplies such wonderful products for all of us to talk about all the time. So we couldn't have a virtual without you. So very happy that you were on today.
Well, thank you, brother.
Absolutely. And one thing we want to talk about today to lead the show off is an important topic, which is getting more kids involved in the sports card hobby. Because one thing that I've heard from a lot of collectors over the last couple of years is as prices in the sports card hobby have escalated, it's pricing kids out of the market. And of course, I have memories of being a kid. I was a big collector as a kid. I know you were too, Tracy. And I have those memories of hopping on my bike after school in 5th grade and going down to the corner store and buying packs of cards for 99 cents. And that's not really the reality today. So how are we able now to work together to get more kids involved in the hobby?
That's a great question, Jeff. And I have to say I'm way older than you. So when I rode my bike down to the corner store to get packs, they were like 25 cents a piece. So that tells you how much older I am than you are. But no, you're right. I mean, the whole marketplace has exploded over the last 2 or 3 years, and so many parts of the business have been impacted greatly by that explosion, and certainly price points for what you would consider kind of entry level or mainstream level products have shot through the roof. And the argument when the hobby wasn't as explosive as it is now back in the day was that we've priced kids out of the market, and that wasn't the case then. I still think there are options now for kids to get in at a more affordable rate. But at the end of the day, you run into the situation where the kids want what mom and dad want, and what they want is more expensive. And so it's just something that we've had to adjust to and learn to deal with. I think the launching of the Panini Kids Crate program around the National with a Series 1 product was really well received. A $60 price point, 3 cereal boxes of cards inside with a bunch of cool other stuff, whether it's prop toys or whistles or whatever. I mean, things like that that cater to that younger audience, still affordable, won't break the bank. I think that's been really well received, so much so that we just launched the Series 2 version. And those as well have been well received. So I think we're onto something. It took us maybe a little longer than we had hoped to get that off the ground, but now that it's running with Series 1, Series 2, I think you can expect to see us grow that part of our business to cater to a younger audience.
That is a very commendable thing that Panini has done this, and I'm really excited that you guys have done it. You actually, last year during the virtual holiday was, I think, when you broke the news of the fact that Panini was working on this Kids Crate program. And then to see them roll out at the National this year, I actually saw some kids with them at the National, so that was pretty cool. So for people who aren't familiar, tell us a little bit more about the Series 2, the new series that's coming out, and how kids would be able to participate and get their hands on one of these, or parents possibly for their kids, whether it's for a holiday gift or for or just to generally get them into collecting.
Yeah, absolutely. So the products from Series 1 to Series 2 and in future series will vary a little bit. We want to get cards in the kids crates that are desirable. So it's not just a throwaway product. I think Series 2 had 2 different soccer cereal boxes and then a collegiate draft picks Prism football, I think, in that cereal box. And I think you'll see the specific products continue to rotate and get what's hot at the time in those kids crates. And the kids crates were a direct result of this type of feedback, Jeff, that cards were being priced above a lot of younger collectors' heads. And so it was, we listened, obviously, and tried to act as quickly as we could. And so happy that the Kids Crate program is finally upon us. To your point, I see a lot of excitement on them because, like, hobby shops around the country are always showcasing their big pulls and their most expensive products, but a lot of them are showing the same level of excitement and coverage on the Kids Crate programs. And that's really exciting because that's what it's about. We haven't seen to this point anybody tried to gouge the price and raise it above $60. I think the loudest argument or loudest criticism we've heard is that that people 13 and older shouldn't be able to buy them. But then what that criticism fails to take into account is that a lot of moms and dads and grandmas are buying them for their kids who are 13 or younger. So, but you can get them through our direct hobby shop accounts. And then just with Series 2, we started putting kids crates on the online store at paniniamerica.net. So a lot of hobby shops I see jumping in on the excitement and showcasing that, hey, the new kids crates are in. I think if you do a quick social search on Instagram, or you'll find a lot of different shops that you can purchase them from directly.
Awesome. So just in time for the holidays. So anyone who is watching who may want to go get one of these crates for their kids, this, of course, would make an incredible stocking stuffer. I'm going to have to go pick up a couple for my kids. So it sounds like I'll be heading to one of my local card shops who's an official direct Panini account, or perhaps looking on Panini's website to pick these up.
Exactly.
Awesome. Very, very cool. Tracy, why is it so important, in your opinion, that we get kids involved in the sports card hobby?
Well, that's a great question. It's the future of our industry. I mean, my wife is a teacher. I love teachers because they have such a profound influence on this next generation. And my wife has told me over and over and over again, when she does like reward days for her students, the most popular item are the packs or the cards I bring her to give to the kids for good grades or good behavior, so many things. And so that's grown a lot because 4 or 5 years ago, maybe trading cards weren't her number one item among her students, but over the last 2 or 3 years, they have been. And it's important to keep the younger generation involved because You and I aren't going to be around for 40, 50, 60 years to kind of talk about the merits and the benefits of card collecting. And I know that some fifth grade kid somewhere in America is going to come up with the next great product, next great innovation as it relates to retail sales or social media. And we need to make sure that those superstars turn their attention to the sports card hobby and help it sustain for generations to come.
Yeah, 100%. And I also think cards is a wonderful, wonderful way to teach kids business, finance, entrepreneurship. You know, I've opened up a whole bunch of businesses, but I cut my teeth on entrepreneurship. My first entrepreneurial experiences were back in 4th grade and 5th grade, flipping cards, you know, trading cards and buying and selling cards on the playground in between classes at school. It was such a huge part of my childhood, and it's the way that I learned a lot about money. I was a religious subscriber to the Beckett Price Guide back then, and every month was, you know, running to the mailbox to get the new issue to see if my cards had gone up 30 cents in value or down 10 cents in value. But I love that, and it taught me about markets, and it taught me about investing and all these various things that I've carried with me for my whole life. And now I'm trying to teach my kids this as well through cards. And you know, we've started a new YouTube channel called Card Kids here at Sports Card Investor that my kids are part of, where they're opening up packs of cards and they're enjoying the sports card hobby. And I encourage that. And in fact, I'm going to have my kids on here in just a minute to share that. And it's such an important experience to teach them through cards. And it's also an incredible father and son or father and daughter bonding experience, a family bonding experience you can have through cards as well.
No, you're absolutely right, Jeff. There's so many lessons can be learned through trading cards, whether it's geography, obviously all the business lessons, and because back when we started, like, we didn't have the internet at our fingertips. So a lot of the things we learned about our favorite teams and players came directly from the backs of their cards, whether it was career stats, what they did in the off season, who their brother was, so many things that we learned by just memorizing the backs of our cards. And then to take it to a business extension, I mean, kids today are finding out lessons firsthand through trading cards that they might not otherwise learn until they're in college or a high-level high school finance class. So, no, you're right. You're dead on with all those things.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Tracy, I appreciate you sharing all this great stuff with us. Let me get you out of here on this tonight. Obviously, 2021 was a year of a lot of big announced changes in the sports card hobby. But in terms of 2022, what does Panini have on its radar? What are you looking forward to most for sports cards with Panini in 2022?
Man, that's a great question, Jeff. You know, I just think I'm so fascinated to see where it goes, because the market has changed so much in the last 2 years, but it hasn't taken 2 years, right? It's the real quick jumps in perception or public awareness. I love the fact that trading cards are cool. Maybe it's cooler than they've ever been with the mainstream audience. I just watched a Milwaukee Bucks clip from their post-game media session, and Giannis is holding 2 Prism cards talking about his backup plan is to sell a lot of the cards that he has. And you never would have seen that organically like that years ago. And so I think you and I have talked about this. I think me and Kelly have talked about this. I think we're at the very beginning of this thing. And no matter how far it's ascended over the last 2 years, I think we're just at the tip of the iceberg. And we've got a lot of years of phenomenal growth, excitement, product development. All those things are ahead of us. So to pinpoint one thing I'm excited about is hard for me to do, but I'm genuinely, passionately excited to be in this business at this time and look forward to whatever comes next, and hope that I and we can be a big part of that.
Awesome. Well, we hope the same. Tracy, I appreciate it. Thanks for joining the virtual holiday.
Hey, Jeff, happy holidays to you and all of your people. You guys do a great job. You need to give Kelly a raise, and that's my soapbox. I'll see you later.
Oh no! Oh no! You're leaving on that, huh? You're making my day more expensive.
Oh,
All
that's
right,
funny.
all right. Appreciate it, Tracy. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to that Card Kids YouTube channel. And hey, if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel as well. Hit that subscribe button and that little bell icon so we can continue to bring you more content such as this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon with our next one.